What's going on, Exclusive Thoughts fam? It's Troy Sprite, certified life and relationship coach, speaker, and author of the book. Y'all know the book, Teach You How to Love While What You Don't Know Will Hurt You. If you don't have a copy, go get a copy. Hey, I wanted to do a quick Teach Me How to Love Chronicles today on this dating idea of just going with the flow. Y'all know what that means. That means you meet somebody and y'all start to talk, and the whole idea behind the relationship is, oh, we're just going to go with the flow. There's no expectations, there's no standards, there's nothing. So we're just going to go with the flow and see where this goes. Well, there are a few problems that happens when you just go with the flow. The first thing I challenge you to think about is, think about anything else you want in life, right? Say it's a job or a promotion or something that you want. Do you really just go with the flow? What you would do is you would let your employer or whoever know that you were looking to get promoted. You would let them know. You would ask them what are the things that are required in order for you to get promoted. You would be doing those things. You would be checking in early and often, seeing if any promotions were available. You would be doing a lot of different things to get that job, wouldn't you? Well, how come when it comes to matters of the heart or to matters of a relationship, the only thing we depend on is going with the flow and seeing where it leads us? So one thing you got to understand is this: hope is not a strategy. Right? When you're dating or if anything in life, hope is not a strategy. So if it's something that you want, you got to be clear about what you want, because if you just go with the flow, a lot of times what that means is you end up confused, number one, because you wanted one thing and they wanted another and the intentions weren't clear. And so you were going with the flow, but their idea of the flow was different than your idea of the flow, and now you're confused and hurt, right? So going with the flow doesn't help in those scenarios. Now, listen to me. When people think about going with the flow, a lot of times that's chemistry issues. That's, do we vibe well together? Do we have good energy together, right? That doesn't mean I don't tell the other person that I'm actually looking for a relationship or that's what I want out of this, right? It doesn't mean that I hide my emotions, right? It doesn't mean those things. That's not what going with the flow should mean, but we turn it into that. So we end up, number one, we end up confused. Number two, we end up hurt a lot of times because, maybe y'all start getting intimate. Maybe y'all start doing all these things that it looks like it's flowing in the right direction, but their intentions were totally different from your intentions, but you never made that clear, right? So now you're intimate. Now you've invested time and money and emotion and effort and all these things. And you're like, well, they led me on, because you find out that maybe they don't want a real relationship out of it with you. Maybe they're not thinking about that, right? But you say they led you on. No, they didn't lead you on. What happened was you didn't check in, you weren't clear, and you didn't assess the situation and make them understand that what you wanted was more than what maybe they wanted. So you got to think about those things and have some strategy behind it. The third thing that happens when you just go with the flow is a lot of times you end up regretful. Right? And so now the whole dating seems bad because you're regretful because you feel like you got bamboozled, when you really weren't bamboozled. You just decided that you were going to take their word and just go with the flow instead of checking in early and often and then watching to see if the words and actions align, right? So you didn't do that. And so now you're like, oh man, dating is bad and people out here are playing games and it's a lot of drama and chaos and blah, blah, blah. Well, no, you got to have some structure and some expectations and some standards around how you pursue dating. And if you don't do that and you just go with the flow all the time, you'll end up drowning. That's the reality of the situation. So that's what I want you guys to get out of this video is, right? It's not okay to just go with the flow if what you really want is a relationship, right? You got to be willing to check in early and often. But remember this, when it's right, it'll be easy, right? When it's right, it'll be easy. All right, so have some structure, have some standards to what you're trying to do on this dating scene, and stop just going with the flow. I don't want to see you hurt. I don't want to see you confused. I don't want to see you regretful. All right, go get the book, Teach Me How to Love While What You Don't Know Will Hurt You, via Amazon or Kindle. Go get the book. It can probably bless you. It can probably help you change your dating and relationship life. So go to Amazon, Kindle, get the book. Appreciate y'all. Share the video. Peace.